Santa Claus, Frosty the Snowman, Krampus, and even Belschnickel. You have most likely heard of all of these Christmas-themed cryptids before, but there are many throughout the world that are lesser known, and just as chilling and mysterious. Welcome to the Crafty Cryptid, a channel dedicated to the dark, the strange, and the mysterious. If you enjoy this type of content, click subscribe and ding the notification bell. I have been posting multiple times a week during 2021, so there is plenty of content to binge. For today's story, let's dive into 6 Christmas cryptids you might not have heard of. Disclaimer: many of these names are Icelandic, German, or other languages I do not speak. Although I have tried to pronounce them correctly and have done research, my mouth just does not want to form around some of these syllables, so I do apologize in advance for any mispronunciations. Number 6. Jólakötturinn is the Icelandic Yule cat or Christmas cat. He is not a nice cat. In fact, he might eat you. This character is tied to an Icelandic tradition. National Geographic notes that in Icelandic rural societies, employers often rewarded members of their households with new clothes and sheepskin shoes each year, as a way to encourage everyone to work hard in the lead-up to Christmas. According to Nat Geo, quote, "To this day, Icelanders still find it important to wear new clothes on Christmas Eve when the celebrations begin," unquote. Those who were lazy did not receive new clothes, and this would be the telling mark to the Icelandic Yule cat. To encourage children to work hard, parents told the tale of Jólakötturinn, saying that the cat could tell who the lazy children were because they did not have at least one new item of clothing for Christmas, and these children would be sacrificed to the Yule cat. Number 5. You may be familiar with the terrifying Christmas character known as Krampus, but have you heard of the Germanic and Austrian tale of a witch named Frau Perchta? She, much like the Pennsylvania Dutch-German character Belschnickel, hands out both rewards and punishments during the 12 days of Christmas, which happens from December 25th until Epiphany on January 6th. Unlike Belschnickel, however, Frau Perchta gives out horrifying punishments for those who have sinned. She will rip out your internal organs and replace them with garbage. Perchta's story is thought to have descended from a legendary alpine goddess of nature who only shows up for humans during Christmas. In modern celebrations, Perchta may show up in processions during the Alpine Festival just before Lent, so make sure you have been good this year, or else the belly slitter witch might get you. Number 4. The Jólasveinar, or Yule lads, are 13 Icelandic trolls who each have a name and distinct personality. Originally, these trolls stole things and caused trouble at Christmas time, so they were used to scare children into behaving. However, when the legend of Santa Claus came about in the 20th century, the stories got mingled, and the Yule lads, who were once thought to be devilish, became kind enough to leave gifts in shoes that children leave out. And related to the Yule lads comes number 3, their mother GRYLA. She predates the Yule lads in Icelandic legend, and is pictured as an ogress who kidnaps, cooks, and eats children who don't obey their parents. She became associated with Christmas in the 17th century, and is said to have 3 different husbands and 72 children, all who cause trouble ranging from harmless mischief to actual murder. GRYLA is so much of a troublemaker that The Onion blamed her for the 2010 eruption of the Eyjafjallajökull volcano. Number 2. Iceland has some serious cryptids when it comes to Christmas, but other European countries have their own terrifying stories too. In France, Père Fouettard, whose name translates to Father Whipper, was an evil butcher who craved children to eat. He would lure boys into his butcher shop, where he killed, chopped up, and salted them. In the original legend, Saint Nicholas came to the rescue and resurrected the boys. Saint Nicholas captured Pélé and uses him to dispense punishment to bad children on Christmas Day. Number 1. Our last story does not so much involve a scary figure as it does just an interesting legend altogether. In Italy, the myth of La Befana has many similarities to Santa Claus. The witch flies around on a broomstick, visiting boys and girls to see if they have been good or bad. If they have been good, they get presents, but if they have been bad, they are left with a lump of coal. But instead of leaving out cookies and milk, like you might for the jolly man in red, a glass of wine is left out for La Befana. It is believed that the myth of La Befana dates as far back as the 13th century. Legend has it that when the 3 wise men were on their way to meet the baby Jesus, they stopped at an old woman's house to ask for directions to Bethlehem. They invited the old woman to come meet the newborn king, but she declined. After some thought, she decided she did want to join the 3 magi, but they were already gone. So she left sweets and presents at every child's door along her journey, hoping that one of the houses had baby Jesus inside. What is your favorite Christmas myth? Do you have any unique traditions that you celebrate? Share them with us in the comments below. Though my posting schedule is dropping down to once a week as of January 2022, I will still have plenty of chilling and bizarre content for you to enjoy. Thanks for watching, and come back soon, cryptids.